Ladies and gentlemen, at the top of 8 this evening, a tale of two cities. One in the north, the other in the south. Both grappling with a universal concern. Privacy. When your privacy is put at stake by the person closest to you and aiding him or her is technology. Let's start with what happened in Chandigarh. Just imagine this. Chandigarh is considered a safe city for women. It's this reputation that gives parents confidence to send their girls to the city for further studies. Now imagine the shock of 4 young girls who found out that their own flatmate was filming them in their washroom. She had put a spy camera inside the washroom at the behest of her unemployed boyfriend. One of the girls thankfully finds out about it. The matter is taken to the police. Both the girl and the boy are arrested, but surprisingly let off on bail. Thankfully, of what we know so far, the footage had not been circulated. Just imagine, ladies and gentlemen, if it was. It would have wreaked havoc in the lives of these girls. Their privacy, their dignity, their trust was invaded not in a public place, but inside their own home, inside a safe place. Homes are safe places, but I consider offices safe places as well. We work with people who have our backs, people we trust. In Bangalore, that trust was shattered after an employee at a BPO was found with 13,000 pictures of his women colleagues, including his own girlfriend. Most of these pictures were nude because he had morphed them. These pictures were discovered accidentally by the girlfriend when she went to his phone gallery to delete her own pictures. The 25-year-old man has been arrested. But the question is, how does one deal with situations like this? What are the laws that protect us? And what are the red flags we need to look out for? I'm talking about that with my guest this evening. Dr. Meeran Chandaborwarkar is a former IPS officer. She's joining us on the broadcast. Dr. Deepak Raheja is a psychiatrist. We have Suneita Ojha, who's an advocate at the Supreme Court. And Dr. Karnika Seth is a cyber law expert. She's a Supreme Court lawyer as well. Dr. Seth, I'm going to start with you. First, I find it very shocking that here is a girl and her boyfriend who install a spy camera inside a washroom of a PG where 4 other girls stay. They capture nude images of these girls. Somehow the girls find out, they go to the police arrest these 2 people, but they are let off on bail. Is that what our law is that the law on our privacy, that anyone can install a spy camera inside our washrooms, capture us naked, the people will be arrested and then be allowed to walk free on bail?
It's absolutely shocking, the news, and I completely, I would say that this is women safety is a huge concern today. And when it comes to rise of cybercrimes against women, they are just rising phenomenally. More than 30% rise every year we are seeing as per the NCRB data. And although we do have laws in place, like the IT Act has clear provisions to ban such or prohibit certain activities like these, where there is a clear breach of privacy, hidden webcams being installed in washrooms or anywhere for that matter, including one's safe places or offices, one has a punishment of up to 3 years of imprisonment or fine, and that's a bailable thing. So we need to have more stringent laws as regards sending of this clips or information or publishing them online is concerned. If it's an sexually explicit content, then certainly we have higher punishments, especially in cases of child pornography, 5 years or more, or 7 years. It depends what is the content. But I seriously feel that there is a need, and it's very imperative for India to have more stringent laws to deal with cyber safety concerns of women, whether it's IPC or it's IT
Okay.
Act,
Okay.
or now we will soon have the DPDP Act in place. So we understand, as per the Justice K.S. Puttaswamy case, that fundamental right to privacy is women's fundamental right, or for that matter of fact, any citizen's fundamental right. But our laws really, fall not I would say fall short of clear, safeguards, because enforcing this kind of law will not give
But
them
Dr.
complete
Seth,
redressal. That is also a huge concern, because these
no, no, but
electronic
that's true.
items
But
especially.
Dr. Said our laws did fall short. Dr.
Yes,
Said the fact is the law did fall short in Chandigarh. I mean,
yes,
you arrest two people who are essentially taking naked pictures of women without their knowledge. You arrest them for less than 24 hours and you let them walk free. This can't be justice and
yes,
this can't be
I
law. And if
agree,
this is the
3 years
law,
is
then
not
the law,
not a deterrent punishment at all. Yes, I agree to that
no, but
extent, that
in
we
this
should
case, it
have
was not even
complete
3 years.
reforms. Yes,
It was less
not
than
even
30
3 years.
hours. Sunita Ojha, Sunita Ojha, can I just bring you in? There are many women who are seeing this broadcast. And I just want to put on our screens what happened in Bangalore as well, because that's a situation that a lot of working women would relate to as well. So let's just put out what happened in Bangalore. Sunita Ojha, essentially what happens in Bangalore is that a couple break up, and the woman wants to delete her own personal pictures with her boyfriend, so she quietly steals away the phone and goes to the photo gallery. And what does she see in the photo gallery? 13,000 pictures of nude women, all of them the man's colleague and her colleague by extension as well. So there are her pictures and there are pictures of women she knows, all nude, obviously morphed. If any one of us find ourselves in a situation like this, it can be scary, right? First, you're seeing yourself, a morphed picture of yourself nude, and then you're wondering, oh my God, has he circulated this? Who has he sent it to? So there is fear that you need to conquer to begin with. But post that, what do we do if we find ourselves in a situation like this?
Yes, in case of Bangalore, it is very clear that you see here the company which is an employer has a responsibility to make sure that women are safe at a workplace. Here it's a clear case of violation of safety at a workplace, as somebody has taken a picture. Whether published it or not published, it is a separate affair altogether. The fact of having a nude picture is a violation of not just the privacy, it is a violation of, it's creating a hostile and indignified work environment. So one is the company. What is that they are doing to bring about? We got Vishakha judgment in 1997. We got the Act, Sexual Harassment Act in 2013. These are the new generation acts where actually there is inbuilt mechanism to bring about awareness. Now, when we conduct workshops, you talk to people, talk about the fact that you see if an action like this can actually take away your job. But clearly somewhere not enough is being done. It is not being taken seriously. That is on the civil aspect. As far as the criminal aspect is concerned, yes, we have the laws. But where is in some cases, you will be shocked when I get calls from women. They don't even understand that there is a violation of their privacy. They are just upset, they are angry, but they don't know that it is they who are victim. It is their right which has been violated. Because many a cases, perhaps in some cases, the pictures could have been sent by them. So there is absolute lack of awareness. If we have those acts, where are those acts being publicized? Where is the law enforcement agency giving that confidence to women that yes, if you face a situation like this, please come to us and we will find a solution. So one is getting a bail.
Okay.
Another is, do we have enough cases of conviction to put up on the show and say that, look, if somebody has done this, they have been brought to, we have conducted investigation, we have filed charge sheet, they have been convicted. Because that would be the real test. To show that is the manner in which the state can show, the society can show that we take these issues seriously. This is a violation of privacy, and we are in an digital age, where all our data are compromised. If we do not have a high level of ethical sense and the sense to follow the laws to the T, the violations, just imagine. I think in the Bangalore case, the person is into customer relations. So, even a customer's data could be
True.
with that person. We don't know what he has done. It's shocking. But yes, it is.
It is shocking. It is shocking, but it's also a reality that very many women face in this country. We don't talk about it, right? The fact is, Dr. Miran Borwankar, we don't talk about it. We don't talk about it because we are embarrassed. And who do you, you wonder who do you blame? In the case of the Bangalore employee, for example, the company did the right thing. The company said this is not something that we can solve internally because the matter is way too serious. There are 13,000 photographs of women who work in this organization that have been found in this man's phone, in his photo gallery. All of them are naked. So this is not a matter we can deal with. This is not a matter that the Vishaka guidelines can deal with. This is a matter that the police needs to deal with. Dr. Miran, can I ask you if you can talk to us about the red flags? I mean, it's a basic question, Dr. Borwankar, but if you could answer it. How do I know that my bathroom has a spy cam? Or the hotel room, for example, where I'm staying has a spy cam. How do I know if someone in my office is quietly taking my picture and I don't know about it? Because there are perverts all around us. We just don't know who's doing what. What are the red flags that all of us need to look out for, Dr. Borwankar?
Some of them are very basic, which all young girls and women of all age should take precaution about, which you have said that just look around, be aware, also the company you keep and the public places which you visit. But the biggest, the most powerful red flag is that our panelists and our citizens should not grudge and complain about increase in crime or increase of crime against increasing crime against women and the statistics. I would encourage both the Bengaluru girl to go ahead and lodge her complaint and the Chandigarh girls. So let's first of all flag the issue that we should ask, request, encourage girls and women to come out and talk about what is troubling them, what has criminal kind of consequences, and let's not talk only of statistics. Second, I want to flag is that police stations are going all out to citizens. In fact, as a citizen, I get so many mobile messages saying that if you are a victim of cybercrime, please come and approach us. And the third point is, which the Supreme Court lawyer has also talked about, the trial in the cases which we register for privacy, for cybercrime, the trials are so slow that we are not able to show convictions to encourage citizens that, okay, come, complain, and you will get justice. Quick trial, prompt trial, high conviction rate, free and registration of crime. These are some of the issues which we should take up seriously.
Okay. And the fact is that 3 years punishment is hardly a deterrent. 3 years punishment is no deterrent for a pervert. Dr. Deepak Raheja, yeah, go ahead. Dr. Seth, you wanted to say something?
Shreya, would you like me to say something on this aspect before I think Deepakji says his comments?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because we need fast track courts, as rightly put by Mr. Borwankar, because, Ms. Borwankar also mentioned that we need more conviction rate, which is the case. Actually, the tip of the iceberg, what the conviction rate, which we see now, even in POXO cases, is just 2%, which is way, way too low. And though we have helplines like the cybercrime.gov.in, where these reportings can be made even anonymously by, people who are victims to this fraud, including women, how many people actually report? So we need to encourage the reporting aspect, certainly with the awareness. I myself have authored a book called Women Rights Against Cybercrime and been working in this space, training law enforcement for more than 2 decades. While we have the police force trained and various batches of them being, going through advanced trainings, when the cases come, there is a huge backlog. Unfortunately, in the country, we don't have special courts to deal with the cybercrime cases, and the usual courts, like the criminal justice system, works in such manner that the otherwise the burden of criminal courts is the same as the general civil criminal cases.
Sure.
So we don't have special track court cases. When we can have a special track court case to deal with a rape case for a victim, women victim, why not have them for cyber crimes? And that is the need of the hour. That's what I'd like to emphasize.
And this is more than just a violation of privacy. That's the entire point. And it's not just individuals and women and girls who need to be aware about what is happening around them, but be aware of the law as well in case their privacy is invaded. The other entity that should be aware, completely aware, is also organizations, workplaces. I would say good on, we are not naming that BPO, but good on the Bangalore BPO that decided that this is not a matter that you can hush up with an internal investigation. Sack the guy, apologize to the girls, delete the pictures, and matter ends. That BPO could have very easily done it. But they decided this was a matter for the police, and it was a matter for the police. They were right in that case. So good on the BPO, but more work organizations need to realize कि सिर्फ ऑफिस की इज्जत की बात नहीं है, लड़कियों की भी इज्जत की बात है. And it is not just about इज्जत, it is about getting justice as well. If you have a pervert in your midst who is taking pictures of women in your office, morphing them, putting them on nude bodies, that man is not just a pervert, he's a criminal who needs to be handed to the police. Dr. Raheja, can I even begin to ask you, the mind and the psychology behind these crimes? I mean, in one case, in the Chandigarh case, the girl has told the police that she was lured by the prospect of making a quick buck, that she wanted to sell this footage over the internet, and God knows there are enough buyers of nude photographs and nude footages in the dark web. She wanted to sell it along with her boyfriend to make money. So that is one motivation. But could you help us understand the motivation of the pervert in the Bangalore office?
So I think both the cases are a little bit different, because in the Bangalore office, where the women accidentally found that her morphed pictures were there in the phone, and not just her picture, there were 13,000 pictures, like you said. This is clearly a pervert who's also criminal. He's antisocial. He's got no validation of boundaries. He sees women as object. He's probably suffering from a paraphilic sexual disorder, a paraphilia. He probably has voyeurism. Such people usually have a very aberrant understanding of sexuality in their cognitive space. They're virtually metaphorically important, so they need different kind of stimulations, different kind of imaginations and fantasies to be able to feel aroused, and thus was the case with these pictures. Maybe the intention was not to circulate, but for him to go to the extent of obtaining the pictures, morphing them, and then possibly using for his own sexual benefits and stimulation is very, very criminal. He's a pervert who's got a psychological aberration, which can only be treated when understood and comes to the realms of reality and by an expert. Unlike the other case, where we clearly see that it was possibly with an intention of making a quick buck, the women agreed to connive with the boyfriend. So it was not really voyeuristic tendencies. There may be voyeuristic tendencies. They may be wanting what we, sometimes colloquially call as a peeping Tom. So maybe the boyfriend had, and the woman is conniving to gratify him in a manner, hoping and believing that this will cement the relationship even stronger, that she's providing him with visual fantasies of other women, which will prevent him from philandering and being sleeping around or having sexual interest with other women. But here there was also an intention of making a quick buck. So So there is psychopathic, antisocial traits in
Okay.
possibly both of them. But like your concerns are valid, that both of them go scot-free in a few hours with a bail. So we need to look at as Karnika ji was saying, the conviction rates. We need to look at, the whole scenario, the fabric,
Dr.
and a
Raheja,
whole lot of these cases go unidentified.
Dr.
We don't
Raheja,
even get to know about
while
them.
we look at that, correct. So, Dr. Raheja, while we talk all about that, I want to ask you for red flags again. You're a psychiatrist. Please tell us, how do I identify if there's a pervert in my midst? I would imagine it's not easy. It would be tough. But go ahead, give us the red flags. What should women be looking out for?
So these are essentially people, if you are not in a relationship, then these are people who are very unassuming, very unremarkable. They tend to blend. They do not give any red signals. But if you are in relationship with a person like that, or if you're in close proximity of your friends, then you will not miss the red flags. They are usually very domineering. They dominate. They use emotional interplay. They emotionally manipulate. They play the victim card. They will emotionally keep you very labile and very unstable. They will promise the heaven and sky, and they will continue to lure you gradually into giving in to advances, both metaphorically and literally, which are not acceptable to you, because both people cannot be alike and be in a psychopathic facilitatory relationship. So one partner will clearly see that he or she, usually a woman, is being abused and coerced into. I mean, of all I would want to give a little benefit of doubt to this girl who may have been coerced into buying some logic given by the boyfriend who hashed possibly the plan of selling these pictures or these videos that he got, and the internet space is continuing to be more polluted with various websites which are willing to pay up for this. So it's very, very important for us to be aware and not to be in manipulative relationships.
Okay, we'll leave it there. The point is, over the last 10 days, 15 days, we've spoken a lot about deep fakes. The fact that celebrities are being targeted by criminals sitting somewhere, somewhere in the dark net, morphing pictures, not morphing pictures, actually using AI to create these deep fakes that look so real, that you'd be prompted to believe that it's the real thing. But that's one aspect of it. That's a deeper aspect of it. In this case, and in some cases, like the good doctor is telling us, there are people all around you who don't even need to use artificial intelligence, people who just have phone cameras or a spy cam, who can actually spy on you, invade your privacy, and wreak havoc in your life. So one thing that women need to absolutely know is that, please, there are red flags. The doctor has told us that if there is a person who's very unassuming, very quiet, blends into the crowd, beware. Just beware. Because if you're not in a relationship with them, these are the traits you'll find. Of course, if you're in a relationship with that person, he or she will be emotionally manipulative, will manipulate you emotionally. Just keep a track of these red flags, ladies and gentlemen. And before we go, Dr. Ojha, can I just ask you the three things that women need to do if they find a picture of theirs in a colleague's camera which shouldn't be there? Kya karna chahiye in a situation like this?
The first thing, even before a woman would find the men in that whole area, they would know whether it is an office setup, etc. So my thing is, men should speak up now. They should start speaking up against people like this who are identifying and pointing it out. Number one. Number two is about, as far as women are concerned, my advice is trust is not abandoning your caution. Thirdly, collect as much evidence as you can and report. Now, that is very important, because one incident you try to hide, you become a victim of multiple crimes. And finally, when the things are on the over the top, then it is very difficult to go back and try and get a relief. So that is another thing which I really want to emphasize was registry for sexual offenders, that is something which has been spoken again and again, but that is something nothing has been done so far. So maintaining a registry which will ensure that if somebody is convicted of a crime like that, they are red flag, number one. And companies, if they carry out a deep verification, thorough verification, background verification, they'll be able to identify if some element from that group is existing in their workplace. Thanks.
That's very important. That's very important. I think you bring out an important point. We'll leave it there for the moment. Suneita Ojha, thank you very much. Dr. Karnika Seth, thank you very much. I'm going to thank my other guests as well, Dr. Deepak Raheja and Dr. Borwarkar. Thank you very much for your time. With that, I'm slipping into a quick break on the show. Coming up next, day 2. It's the day after the big Himalayan rescue. There are some important questions we are asking this evening. That's coming up next.